Aloha and welcome to this module on deployment. I think you're going to really like this module because it's easy and it's fun and very rewarding because once you understand how to deploy your software, you'll have a URL on the internet that you can point friends and family to that can reveal to them what your application actually does. So deployment is a huge part of things. And I'm delighted to thank the Meteor Development Group for providing free deployment and hosting to this class for this semester. This is going to make deployment, basically a trivial process for you. And believe you me, deployment can be very complicated in a lot of situations. But you're not going to have to worry about that for this class because deployment is going to be very easy for you. So the first thing that I want you to do, we have some readings and a couple of experiences. This is going to take you, an hour maybe max to do, which is, kind of incredible for deployment. But I want you to start by getting a general overview of what deployment is about. I think this is a kind of a fun little article that gives you the gist of things. And so skim through that or, read through that. And then what you're going to do is go through the deploy guide. Okay. Now, the deal is that because we're being provided with free hosting and for various reasons, you're going to want to make various modifications to what the published deployment instructions are. So for example, in terms of this first experience, test deploy to Galaxy, what I do is I go through and provide annotations and changes to the published Galaxy deploy guide. So for example, in the Galaxy deploy guide, one of the first things they tell you to do is sign up for Galaxy. And my note is that you do not sign up for Galaxy, okay? Because if you sign up for Galaxy, you've got to provide your credit card data, and you don't need to do that for this class. So instead, what you'll do is you'll just go to this URL and log in there, okay? And this is the URL of the organization that Galaxy is, that the Meteor Development Group is providing to our class for free. And so on and so forth. As you go through this, you'll see various modifications to the published instructions to suit, the way we're going to do it in the class, and some supplemental information. For example, when you deploy, you indicate this free organization or the organization whose charges are going to be paid for by Meteor Development Group. Okay, so you go through the instructions, and eventually you start deploying your Bofolios application to Galaxy. There'll be some logs, and then at the end of the day, you'll see at test deploy pmg2.meteorapp.com at that URL, you'll have your Bofolios app running, not localhost 3000, which is what you've been, kind of having to do previously in this class. So this is a very exciting kind of, movement forward in terms of building applications. Because we have a limited number of kind of containers for this class, once you've gone through and deployed Bofolios, your sample Bofolios application, take a screenshot, post it to the deployment Slack channel. Then you're going to delete it because we don't want to use up those containers on these sample apps because we have a limited number of containers provided to us by the Meteor Development Group. So that's the first experience, which is just getting your sample Bofolios application that you all have. Just push that up to Galaxy. Make sure you know how to go through the steps to deploy it. The second experience is going to be to actually take your final project that you're building in a group and deploy that to Galaxy. So the previous experience, this one everybody's going to do it. You do it this individually. But this one, only you select one person in your team to do the initial deployment of your final project to Galaxy. Now note that once you get it up there initially, then any member of your team can redeploy it. It doesn't have to be the same person in your team. But one person should do that deployment. And thereafter, your final project will be deployed, and you can make updates and redeploy it, 10 times a day. It doesn't matter. So you'll have this kind of continuously accessible live version of your application that will become better and better over time over the course of the rest of the semester. So this is pretty fun. I also provide some optional readings here. You can take a look at them, but theoretically you should not need to do anything but follow the Galaxy Deploy guide with the instructions as I've modified them in this experience. Should be good to go. Any problems, post to the deployment channel. Good luck. See you later.